Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for April 26th, 2020, from Deuteronomy chapter 9, Our Sinfulness. Sometimes people ask, does sin really matter since Jesus forgives the sins of the whole world? While it is true, the death of Jesus upon the cross does make atonement for our sins, and yes, we are forgiven. Being loved and forgiven by God is a wonderful thing, but we do need to remember our daily sin separates us from God. So obviously, God doesn't want anything to separate us from Him, including sin. So when the people of Israel were about to enter the promised land, God needed to remind them that this was all possible by God's grace alone. Let's hear what Deuteronomy chapter 9 has to say, beginning with verse 4. Do not say in your heart, after the Lord your God has thrust them out before you, it is because of my righteousness that the Lord has brought me in to possess this land. Whereas it is because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord is driving them out before you. God is giving the people of Israel the land, not because they were better people, but because the people of the land were worse. You might be saying, but Pastor, isn't that the same thing? The answer is no, not really. Both Israel and the people in the land were sinners. The difference is that one of them trusts in God for forgiveness of sins, and the other doesn't. One trusted in God for salvation, and the other didn't. Again, both people groups are sinners. Verse 6. Know therefore that the Lord your God is not giving you this good land to possess because of your righteousness, for you are a stubborn people. God knows His people are not perfect. Yes, we can and very much are stubborn. But this shows God's great and abundant mercy. Yes, we are stubborn sinners in need of God's grace. We also have a gracious God who forgives stubborn sinners. So we need to be reminded that yes, we are forgiven, and yes, we are stubborn, and yes, we need God's grace. Verse 24. You have been rebellious against the Lord from the day that I knew you. Wow. Talk about God saying there was no goodness in you from the beginning, and there's no goodness in you now. It's just that I still love you. This is also true for us, that God chooses us even in the midst of our sinfulness and stubbornness. Again, this is nothing new. Jesus even tells a beautiful parable about this concept in the Gospel of St. Luke chapter 18, beginning with verse 10. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee, standing by himself, prayed thus, God, I thank you that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give tithes of all that I get. But the tax collector, standing far off, would not even lift his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. Thanks be to God, who continues to show us mercy to us sinners. Join me again tomorrow as we hear about how the people of Israel really need about the mercy of God, because all of a sudden, out of the fire will come the golden calf. God's peace and many blessings be with you. Thank you for watching, and please take an opportunity to share this video with others. If you'd like to support this program, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois 60544. Thank you again for watching.